So you gotta learn how to kick ass? You can't fight?
I know how to fight like street fight. Like I will tear a bitch up.
Yeah.
But
You got that anger in you.
like if I had to like self-defense myself, like a man's attacking me, I don't think I have that in me.
Oh my god, if a man's attacking
Yeah, if a man's attacking me.
Oh my god.
I'm a
narrative.
woman, I'm fragile.
So if I was to attack you right now in this room.
Yes.
Point out 5 weapons you can use right now.
I don't know.
Yo, you got some scissors right there.
All right, I got the
You got some scissors,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got this pen. You got these keys. You got another pen. Like, come on. Like, everything could possibly use as a weapon.
See, in my mind, I think like something like heavy I could knock you over your head with. Like, I don't have any of that.
Yeah, but you gotta have the arms to like swing it.
I don't have that.
You got like the flappy arms. It's okay. I got them too.
That's what I have right now. You know.
So you don't get the arms.
So
then you gotta go light and nimble. You know.
Jeez, I don't know, like a broom or a chancla in here.
Chancla. Oh, she took it back. Bad day. That's what you're gonna do. You gonna smack them? Yo. So how do you not know how to find a weapon when your mother knows how to find a weapon?
Yo, mom's badass.
Yo, mine is street.
Mine's
That's
like
straight up from the streets of New York. Yo, tell me how I came in at like 2 a.m. one night.
Yup.
You know, on leave from the military, trying to come home, opening the key.
You got a key and everything.
Yeah, trying to open the door. She's like, "Who is it?" With like a 2x4, ready to beat my ass.
Where's she even get a 2x4 from?
I don't know, but she looked like WWE.
We didn't even have our own house.
Yeah, for real. Why she had a 2x4? What, she was like in construction part time? Was she building a house?
Jeez.
Was it helping hand when they build like homes and stuff? Yeah, but like, how do you not know how to fight?
I feel like I can take on somebody who's like built like me.
That's not saying much.
What do you mean?
That's not saying much when 50% of the population is above you. And I'm not saying to insult you. I'm saying that there's dudes in this planet.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I've only learned to defend myself as far as like high school.
I get that, but you
like now as an adult, like it's just it's not a worry. It's not a concern.
All right, but you've seen enough movies to know where's vital organs, right?
Yes.
So name one.
Your neck.
There you go. There, chop on.
Yeah.
You can't chop the dude?
I can chop a dude.
You can't poke an eye out?
I can knee a dude. Like,
can't poke an eye out?
Yeah. You want to hit right on the nose?
Yeah.
That shit hurts.
Yeah.
So, I know a couple places.
All right. You're a little feisty. You can survive. God, jeez. Like right here, this water bottle. That's a weapon.
Get my hits in, you know.
This is a weapon right here.
Got my nails.
This blunt object right there, right in the throat.
That
right there. Bang. And then start just jabbing. Bang, gang, gang, gang. Bottle cap. Water bottle. Start jabbing. Pow, 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 pow. Full force? That's going to hurt.
It is going to hurt.
That's a weapon. And what do you really need self-defense for? You just got to turn on the brain and figure shit out. Get creative. Write a movie. Come on, Stephen King. Figure it out.
What's crazy is, like, as I'm shopping and, like, I don't know. Like, you grab little things to, like, decorate your home with. And, like, when I pick something up and it has weight, I'm like, oh, I like this. This could be a weapon.
See, look, we live in 2 different planets. Honestly, I think we live in 2 different universes because I walk around like I know nobody's going to fuck with me.
Okay.
But I'm a big dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got presence. So I walk around and honestly, the ones who like walk into and bump into me are not dudes. It's like little feisty chicks that want to act like they run the world. And they're boss. Like, because society says I can't push back. Yeah. So they walk around with their bark being louder than their bite.
Right.
However, I know that I can walk, with a little street smarts. I know I could walk down a dark alley and not be worried about it.
Right.
Are you really looking around your shoulder all the time?
I'm not constantly looking over my shoulder, but I am very aware of my surroundings.
Or is that like a social... But that's street smart. To know where you are and understand, hey, you walk into a place and you know how to size it up.
Yes.
But is that like a social stigma that women are always paranoid to go places? Because that's the narrative.
I'm not paranoid to go places. I don't have that.
But you always go somewhere with somebody. Like you don't ever really go somewhere alone.
I don't. I have that pack mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's safety in numbers.
See, see, I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't live that life. Mm-hmm. I know I can go places and like, I don't know. Like
I know the likelihood of something happening is very low.
Mm-hmm.
And like the number one factor is because I am aware.
Right.
And people can see that when you walk into a place and you're paying attention, or if you're just like staring at your phone, you're not paying attention, you know? But I like to think in my mind, like, what if? Mm-hmm. What are my options?
Okay. And that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. I mean, that should be a human.
But it doesn't keep me from going places.
That should be a human instinct to always be aware of your surroundings, right? But I feel like the way the programming is today, like I feel like there's literally women out there that are paranoid to do anything because they think a man is going to attack them and rape them and overpower them.
I agree.
Do you really agree with that?
I agree. No, I agree with the fact that there are women out there who feel that way.
Oh, the programming.
Yes.
Okay. Because I honestly, the way I see it, most men, nowadays are willing to be that white knight and come in and save a woman. So most of the time where you're scared of this said man, don't get me wrong, there's cycles out there. You need to be aware of your surroundings. And that's anybody. That's a human thing. Yeah. Always pay attention because there's always people out there that's trying to one up you, right? However, most men out there will stick their neck out for a woman as opposed to want to take advantage of a woman. Like that's really how it is. We have that natural instinct to protect, Right. So I don't understand why women feel like men are out to get them. I mean, do you feel that?
I don't feel that men are out to get me. No. But I do get tense if like say I'm walking in my car at night and like I look around and like say there's like two guys just like like having their conversation,
you had that story.
being like super like aggressive, like with one another. In my mind, I'm like, oh my god,
let me get out of here.
Yes.
You see, but I'm the same way because I'm like, okay, they're getting aggressive. I don't know if they've been drinking.
Right.
I don't know if there's drugs involved. I don't know if somebody's gonna pop off.
Yep.
I need to get out of here. I need to get myself out to somewhere I feel safer. But that's not because that's just common sense shit. That's just like sizing up the scenario. Like this can go down.
Like say I'm in my car, I'll drive down any street. Okay. Like I don't have that fear. Yeah. Because I know I'm not gonna be the one to stop the car and like open the window and start a conversation with a stranger. Like that's stupid. What are you doing? What are you asking for? You're looking for trouble. Like I know how to carry myself on the street. I know like as long as you look like you belong, you're fine. Right. It's when you're sitting there paranoid, looking over your shoulders, like, oh my God, I'm so worried. Like, you're drawing attention to yourself. Right. It's like that story that you told me of that guy that came running to you. Oh my God. But he just wanted to holler at you. He did. But it wasn't like he was across the parking lot. Yeah. Like, he was down at like the other Walmart entrance, Like, yeah. He was down there.
But I feel like most women would have been like, the spray would have been out. Or she would have been like screaming rape or had the whistle or trying to find a safe space or something like that dramatic when the guy was just trying to come over and holler at you.
He was just trying to holler.
He wanted to get your number.
I wasn't scared when that happened, like I was walking out of the store, it was nighttime, and like he was down there, like he started like, catcalling and like he ran to me. Yeah. I'm not gonna say like full out sprint, but like he was jogging, he held the pants, he pulled the pants up and did his run,
He adjusted himself. He gave up street cred to come holler at you.
He did, yes.
He gave up street cred to have more efficiency running towards you. Yep. Like he calculated. Like I need to pull my pants up because my drag to catch up to you. Like he did that whole, the whole, calculations in his head to come at you.
And like I told him, I was like, listen, I'm really flattered. Like it felt good. Yeah. He did all that effort. But
did you have your keys in hand ready?
I was not interested.
Like you had your keys?
I had my keys. I did the whole put it in between fingers. No, I didn't.
You sized them up?
I didn't. I wasn't concerned for like my safety. I just felt like, oh my gosh, you're doing too much. I don't want to talk to you.
Okay. All right. Man, that's crazy out here. But you see, I feel like I'm a little more in tune with the programming, so I can kind of catch it and be like, oh my god, like this is just crazy. Like, how can people? But there's people out there that are actually buying the propaganda. You know, they're buying the programming.
Yeah.
They're actually seeing it, and it's sad in a way because not sad for them. It's sad that somebody's actually putting out that programming to actually cause this tension between men and women.
Yeah.
Where it's like we're yin and yang. We need each other. We complement each other.
We do.
Like, you can't be in that masculine energy and not have femininity, and you can't be in that feminine energy and not have that masculine energy. You know. But the message out there right now in this day and age is that all masculine energy is toxic.
Yeah.
Toxic masculinity. That's the big buzzword.
It is.
And I'm like, no, that's half the gender, and you can't choose to be a man or a woman. It's like, that's it. That's who you are. Accept me for who I am.
Right.
But that's not applicable to men,
I don't know. Like, certain things, like, even with, like, choosing your gender, it's like, it's very private issues. Like, I don't think it should be, like, a social thing. Like,
no, it shouldn't. It really shouldn't.
It's just like, like, that's how you're living your life? That's cool. Like,
yeah, why advertise it, and why be in a way flamboyant with it? I don't really want to say flamboyant. It's more like being like seizing an opportunity. It's like, hey, it's hey, look at me so I can get my kudos. That's all it is.
Yeah. I don't know. Social media is it's a weird thing.
It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It has its ups and downs.
I don't really see too much of the ups.
You can't say that when you're trying to be on a social media platform. You're on like 7 of them. It's not working for you yet?
I don't know. You know what? I'm not really explaining myself correctly. So it's not that social media is an issue. I think the issue is more like the programming and like the message that, a lot of people are taking away from social media. And I think social media is supposed to be a way for you to just express yourself. Just put yourself out there and just like whatever, But for like the news to pick it up and like our president is tweeting, like it's too much. Like,
but that's
what are you doing?
But that's with any form of media. I mean, our president is just trying to stay relevant, right? He's what, 70 at this point?
Oh my
70
Lord.
something?
Is he that old?
He's that old, yeah. He's like 70 something.
The toupee throws me off.
And the tan?
Yeah, the tan.
He's looking younger? Hey, he looks good for his age.
There you go.
But he's just staying.
The money helps too.
He's just staying with the times, He's not really tweeting. You really think that's him tweeting? That's his publicist.
That's his publicist.
That's his staff.
But no, I don't believe that. I think he's on Twitter. He's got his cell phone. He just pulls that shit out.
He's like, I
he's in the Oval. I feel like he's sitting in the Oval. He pulls out his iPhone and he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna send a tweet right now.
But
like,
do you know why I love Trump? It's because he's like the ultimate troll. Like, he knows what to say to get people get them all rowdied up.
Get them going.
Yeah, get them going.
Yeah.
I love that. Because I feel like people are too sensitive. Like, they really are. In a weird way, I'm kind of rooting for what we're going through right now. Because tough times makes tough people.
Strong men.
Yeah.
Oh
like,
my
we
God.
had good
Strong
times.
people.
We had good times, and we had weak people. Weak to the point where the president's tweet makes people so irate.
Oh my God.
Like, get on with your life.
Yeah, people are losing
Turn on the
sleep
TV. Get
What?
off Facebook. Go live your life. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
Like, get a little motivation, get motivated. Grow a backbone. And go live your life. Walk out your door.
Yeah.
Life is beautiful. There's so much goodness out there. You just got to find it. Stop being in tune to the negativity.
It's so hard though, because the negativity is like, that's that gossip.
Addictive.
That's
yeah.
that. Ooh.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
said,
I know. People love drama. That's why there's so much drama out there.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what?
And everybody has an opinion about the drama.
Yeah. And you know what took drama to the next level was real television, right? When that came out, was it like MTV? Was it MTV, the first show that they had? where they were all living in the house. And it was like
Real world.
Yeah, real world. And it was unscripted television.
Yep.
And people could see the drama. It was like, oh my God, drama. That's, that took that to like a whole new level.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, people are addicted, to that negativity, that negative energy.
You know, I used to like watching MTV. How I'm
Beavis
living.
and Butthead?
No, How I'm living. MTV.
I don't even know
How
that.
I'm living. BET had BET Cribs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time like people were like showing like their homes. They had like these big
No,
extravagant
MTV
homes.
had cribs.
No, MTV was How I'm Living.
No, it was cribs.
How I'm Living.
Look it up. We need to see. That's what we need to monitor. Because MTV.
You
cribs.
might be right. Because it might be BET. How I'm Living.
Yeah, you had it backwards. You got it backwards.
Listen. We're talking over a decade ago. Okay.
Your memory. You need some ginkgo biloba.
This is not what you had on your iPhone. This is not what you had on your iPhone in 2011.
You gotta Google it. Yo, speaking of Google, do you know that there are children who are growing up who have been living in an age with internet? So since they've been born, internet has been around. Google has been around.
Right.
They've grown up in the age of internet. Like, we are actually saying that there are adults that are grown up in the age of internet. Like, how do you feel about that? That's like a whole different, wow, that's a whole different way of learning.
It is. It definitely is.
Like, we actually had schooling where these guys are just growing up with YouTube and Google searches and social media, and they're connected in a whole different way, and they have a whole different way of communicating than we do.
Yeah.
Because, we know a time where there wasn't internet.
Yes.
I mean, briefly. You remember briefly.
I remember the baby steps. I had I made that closet into my computer room, and I had dial-up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember the first text messaging when I had to go online with my phone in order to get a message and send a message.
Ask Jeeves.
Jeeves was my boy.
Yahoo.
Yeah.
AOL.
I remember
all that. AOL still around? AOL.
I don't know. I know everybody kept their handle.
Yeah, I know. Did they?
Yo, it's I hear it all the time.
Did you have a MySpace page?
I had a MySpace. That was my shit.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Did you make sure the banners were all nice and everything? Oh yeah,
that was taking the IT classes. I removed all the ads.
Yeah?
I would download their code, and I would go through. I would read the code, remove the ads.
Yeah,
my shit was official.
It's crazy how quickly technology evolves. Yeah. Man. So that was what, about 10 years ago?
I'd say 15.
I don't think Facebook has been around that long.
So 15, because it's 2020. You figure 06, that's 14 years ago.
Yeah, okay, 15 years. I'll give it 15 years.
Yeah.
Wow, in 15 years, so much has changed.
Yeah.
It's crazy where we're gonna go in the next 15 years.
Yes.
What do you envision? What do you foresee? Did you see what we have today? Did you see that coming? Did you
no,
not really see it, but
you know what? I saw a really good graphic. And I wish I could find it again because I wanted to share it and I cannot find it. But it basically shows what we thought the future would be back then.
Yeah.
And what we picture the future to be now.
Yeah.
Back then, we were thinking the Jetsons.
Yeah.
And
hoverboards. Where's my hoverboard?
And just all this crazy robots.
Yeah. And all automation and everything.
There was a very positive vibe to it.
Yeah.
Whereas now, when you look to the future, we're thinking, the Earth is dying. All the factories are
Do you feel like the Earth is dying? Do you think you really do feel like we have 5 more years of global warming?
I don't know, because I haven't really looked into global warming and everything, so I don't really understand the effects that we have. I do believe that if we continue on the path we're going, without respecting the environment, without respecting the Earth, it's gonna be there's no way the Earth can sustain.
This is what I believe. Who are we to have the audacity to think that we can affect our planet when we're just little tiny monkeys on its back? And I think that if we ever get to the point where we hurt the planet to the point where the planet needs to eradicate us, it will. It will do it through hurricanes, tsunamis, ice age, whatever it needs to do to kill the little germ and the little virus that is human beings.
That's one way of looking at it.
Because the planet is a living being,
Mhm.
and its energy is more powerful than we would be any day. That's the way I see it.
Okay.
That's the way I see it. Like I feel like the Earth will be like like just like how we, when we get a virus, when we get sick, we get the flu,
Right.
corona, we're gonna fight it, right?
Right.
I think that's what the planet's gonna do. The planet's gonna do whatever it needs to do to get us off of it.
Right.
Kill us. Be it change the air that we breathe.
But there are, like, when you look in nature, at like the animal kingdom and everything, I can't think of a specific example right now, but
there's evolutions.
There are always like there are times where the underdog wins. Mm-hmm. The underdog, the one that you don't expect to like kill, like the larger like animal, they win.
So you're going against the whole survival of the fittest.
What if we destroy the planet to the point where it can't come back?
I don't know. I feel like the planet will do something where it's like, look, you are causing drastic harm to me. Mm-hmm. I'm in survival mode. Goodbye. I really do believe so. Like everybody's like, with the dinosaurs and the Ice Age. That was supposed to be a comet that came and crashed, boom, right? Ice Age. What if it wasn't a comet? What if it was actually something that the planet did to eradicate dinosaurs?
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Damn, you think we'll just be fossils one day?
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy.
Look,
that's a crazy concept there.
If you look at history and you look at like the Roman Empire lasted so long.
Right.
Right? The United States is just like a blip of the Roman Empire.
It's just beginning.
Yeah.
If you compare it.
Yeah, like there could be another society, another race. Mm-hmm. And what if there was another race? Supposedly that's the story of Atlantis, right? Mm-hmm. That was a futuristic race that eradicated themselves.
Right.
And that's why they, went underwater and disappear or whatever. Mm-hmm. So what if that happens one day? Boom! We're just gone. We're done.
Well, if that is a possibility...
the planet's still going to go on.
If that is a possibility, that's the road that we're headed down.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy that we make so many species of animals extinct. What if we make ourselves extinct? Like, what if we end up killing ourselves?
Yeah.
Gone. Boom. With the whole coronavirus, right? Mm-hmm. And China being quarantined and shut down and people are not working, all the factories, they're actually doing satellite view over China and seeing how clean the air is over China right now. Mm-hmm. Yet China is the one country that's not being sanctioned under all these, global warming and all these, policies. Like all these people, all these activists, they'll go after us for doing the right thing. We're recycling. We're doing what we're doing, trying to save the planet.
Right.
But they won't go after China. And they're the biggest manufacturing, country in the world right now. They're global. Mm-hmm. Like right now, we're hitting a global recession because China was taken out of play.
Right.
So you're telling me that they're not the number one pollutant?
I mean, just based off of numbers.
Yeah.
They are.
If you can't stop China, then there's no point in me saving this bottle. They're number one. They're like 90%.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, I get an energy efficient. I get an energy car, right? Mm-hmm. I get an electric car. I turn off all my lights. I get energy saving light bulbs. I save all my bottles, man. Mm-hmm. And what am I doing? Here's China. Like I'm trying, man. It's not working.
I don't know. I honestly believe that if everybody does their part, we can bring about change.
But China's not doing their part. And I think India is right behind them, right?
China's gonna be the next, Atlantis. Maybe they'll go under, but we'll be okay. Like,
apparently they did with Corona.
Jeez.
Take a full circle right back to the beginning. Man. Yeah. But hey, you know what? You gotta think positive, right? We'll make it through it.
We will. We absolutely will.
We'll get through it. We got perseverance. We can push through everything. No matter what life throws at us, you gotta be optimistic. You optimistic?
I am optimistic.
Optimistic about what?
About everything.
That's broad. What's everything? Narrow it down. I need specifics.
I am optimistic about my life, about like the path that I'm currently on.
What's that path?
I just feel like I'm being enlightened. Like I'm actually like realizing like what's important in life.
Are you on your walkabout?
Choosing the direction that I want to go. I'm choosing what it is that I want from this life.
Right. So you're steering the ship.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Because society was steering that ship for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Now it's just on autopilot. I was just like, all right, this is what I gotta do.
Riding the waves.
I'm gonna do it.
But now you're steering left.
Mm-hmm.
You're on this, on the controls.
Yep.
You're taking it where you gotta go.
Yes.
Where's it going?
I don't know yet.
It's undefined?
And that's okay with me. That's okay with me.
Unexplored territory? Unexplored territory.
I know that the path I was on was not the path for me. And I know that I keep receiving like little signs that what I'm doing now, like, looking internally and finding what it is that drives me and that I enjoy doing, what is it that I can spend hours doing and lose track of time, I know that I'm on the right path.
So what got your gears going? Like what got you motivated all of a sudden? So you woke up one day, F this, I'm changing my life around. And then like you did a drastic shift.
I did.
Like you quit your job and everything.
Yeah.
Like what kept you motivated in that sense? That's crazy. Most people won't do that. That's cray. What are you doing?
As crazy as it is, I'm like comfortable with it.
Okay.
I'm in a good place right now.
Because you're happy.
I am.
You got genuine happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Like I see you. You got the whole glow and everything. Mm-hmm. Like you genuinely
what
are
sparked
happy.
It? Oh man, I couldn't even tell you what sparked it. I'm like still trying to discover like what my story is.
Well, we all are. Like right now for my story, like I really want to do like what you're doing. I got to give you mad props and mad kudos that you're out there doing your own thing. Mm-hmm. Not together. Like this right here, this is great and all, but this is a handicap.
Yeah.
Like I'm feeding off of you, you're feeding off of me. Now, how about you do this alone? And that's what you're doing. You're doing your own thing. Like, hey, you're making it about you, putting the attention on you, and you're bringing the content. And like, I want to do that, but I'm hesitant to do that because I have my own hiccups, like my own, boundaries that I have to overcome so I can do that.
Yeah. So
what enlightened you? Like, did you have your walkabout? You know what a walkabout is?
No.
It's when people go and they like go on that excursion, whatever that trial that they need to do to awaken themselves, right? A lot of people end up going, like, most walkabouts are like in Australia or somewhere out there, and they survive and they go through all that and they come home and they're like, wow, I did stuff that I never knew I could do.
Right.
So you have that victory, you have those wins, right? Mm-hmm. Like my walkabout, I think I have to go do some like psychedelics and like be in touch with the universe.
Yeah.
I really do feel like that's what's going to push me over that edge to be like a completely different person.
Honestly, I know it had something to do with me having a house fire and like having to like start
from scratch.
I know it has something to do with that, but I don't really know.
But you kept working.
In what way?
Like a whole year after that.
I did. I was working full time.
But you rebuilt.
I was rebuilding.
Yes. Like you are literally the phoenix that rose from the ashes.
Yeah.
I mean, you rebuilt your whole house.
Yeah.
From the bottom up. You had no insurance.
None.
You had help here and there.
It was just a matter of like, what's the next right step?
Actually, you know what I think it is? You awoken your ability. We all have this inside of us. Mm-hmm. But you awoken that ability to hustle. Like, that's the only word I could think of. But like you awoken that natural, like, just hunger inside of you to do what you have to do to get by.
Yeah.
Con artists have that, like street performers have that, hustlers have that. That's why they call them hustlers, right?
Yeah.
The hustle man over in the corner. Yeah. He'll sell you a t-shirt today and sell you something else tomorrow, right? He'll find something over there and he'll sell it over there. Yep. He'll owe that guy $5, but he'll pay that guy, this guy. right? He'll do what he has to do to get by. And I think you had to figure that out rebuilding your home. Like you had no choice.
Yeah.
Like you had people depending on you. So you awoken, that drive.
Mm-hmm.
That drive to survive. Is that on the right track? What do you
Sounds
think?
great. I'm gonna go with that one right there.
Yeah. You're like, no.
All of that.
I just had a leaky roof. I don't know what you're talking about. But that sounds great, the way you put it.
Yes, man. I don't know. From the day it happened, like from when I first got the news, like it never felt like that was the end for me. Like the whole time I had just had like this peace about it. Like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna get through this.
Was that literally the first time the shit hit the fan for you in your life?
No.
Like up till then, your life was pampered?
What do you mean?
To put it in a nice, I don't know.
I had a kid at 19. I was pregnant with my second child for my 21st birthday.
Yeah, but you really didn't struggle. You weren't homeless. You weren't out in the streets.
I mean, I wasn't homeless, but help. I definitely wasn't where I wanted to be. That wasn't like #goals. Like that's not the life that I dreamt for myself.
You still went through school. You still landed a job. You still went through the programming.
I mean, I feel like when I had my first child, that kind of like set me on this path of like just provide. And like that was just my focus. Like just provide. Like everything else will fall in place. And I feel that the whole reason why I quit my job recently is because I realized like that providing, money is not the meaning of life.
It's not.
It's not why I'm here.
It's superficial, just like everything else.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like I just said, you know what? Like I want to enjoy the life that I have while I have it.
Do you know what's sad? That society has programmed most couples to think that they have to have a 2-family income when they can survive off of one if they just stop buying shit.
Absolutely.
And you came to that revelation that money is not the answer to everything.
Yeah.
So if you had one person, bringing in the income and one person taking care of the household, like your children will be better off for that. Absolutely. Because they're not being raised in the system.
I agree.
They're not being programmed by the system. They're learning your values and your right and wrong, not the generic whatever society wants to program them.
Yes.
And whatever the flavor may be this year.
You know what? And now that we're talking about, that was a big thing. That was a big deciding factor with, leaving my job.
Yeah, I know.
Because I looked at it and I was like, I could take, not even. I was like, I could take a $20,000 a year pay cut if I didn't have to pay for childcare.
Yeah.
And that was only for 2 of my 3 kids.
Yeah. Like you're paying.
I'm literally
you're paying to go to work
for other people.
Yeah.
To raise my kids.
That's literally being a rat in the wheel in the system that is society.
Insane. I was like, no. Yeah. I said no.
This is why I'm telling everybody, stop chasing the dollar signs and look for a job where you can work from home.
Yeah.
Have that flexibility to be at home.
Yeah.
So you can raise your kids. You can do what you need to do. And let's get back to that traditional values that we had back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the 50s. The 50s were simple times. It's like,
I mean, it's something as simple as like, respecting your elders. Look at what we do as a society to our elders now.
Well, it depends.
We throw them in a home, and we forget about them. They rot there.
There's some rowdy old folks out there. There's some rowdy old folks out there that just be like, yo, dude.
But like, I just feel like traditionally, families were tighter.
I get what you're saying. Like they were multi-generations.
Yes.
So it was you,
yes,
your kids, and then your parents.
Yes.
Living in the same home. And then your parents, as they got older, their role was, almost as a caregiver to your kids.
Yes, they passed down the traditions. Right. They kept that within the family.
I agree. Yeah. I totally agree. Like we need to get back to that. We need to get back to the household and the family traditions that we used to have.
I agree.
However, the programming nowadays,
it's completely against that.
It really is.
It's completely against. It's knocking it down. You know what? Throw the old people, into a home. Let somebody else care for them. Worry about them. Throw your kids in childcare. Pay for somebody to take care of them, and you just work. You just work and you can keep up with the Joneses.
But you know how they spin it? They spin it in the sense of, at least for women, it's that whole, you could do anything. Get out there, get your career, get that title, get this, get the shiny, whatever. And it's like, you know, women are the nurturing one. Like that's what you guys were designed for. That's biology. And a lot of women are going against that biology. And it's sad because like you were designed to be the motherly one. Yeah. Whereas men were designed to be the provider and the line of defense. Yes. Like we are disposable in the sense that we got to put our life on the line when there's a threat. Like who's the first ones to go into war? Like break it back to just basic when we were in the wilderness and a bear came in. Who's the first one who's supposed to fight that? The men. If somebody breaks into your home, who's the one who's supposed to run downstairs? You better wake your ass up and go downstairs. With the baseball bat in my drawers. Like, shit. I got to pull my weight now.
Yes. And I feel like also, like, as women, like, for me, I feel like because I had my kids at a young age and I wasn't in the kind of relationship where, like, you know, I didn't wait. I didn't filter out my options. You know, I had kids early. Right. You know, and the relationship that I knew before I had kids wasn't my forever relationship. Right. You know, I feel like I took the wrong risks rather than the right ones.
Do you feel you had the wrong risk because you had kids, or do you feel like you had the wrong risk because of the person you decided to have kids with?
I think I took the wrong risk in having unprotected sex with somebody who I didn't see in my future.
There you go. That was your kids are a blessing.
You know, absolutely.
But you didn't have
even the relationship was a blessing because I learned from it. I grew from it.
But you didn't have a provider.
I should have had the smarts in me to say, hey, somebody taught me about, you know, birth control. Let me stick with my instincts. Let me not listen to like what this person's telling me, like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. I feel like I almost was like I was manipulated. I allowed myself to be manipulated.
But it was by society because society told you at a young age, right, when you were your most fertile, that you should go to school and be something. Chase the title. Yes. Chase this. Yes. When at 18, if you would have locked somebody down at Wall Street who made you happy, you guys could have had a family. He could have provided for you. Yes. You guys could have been locked down with a family. I feel like
now, like...
chasing your dreams.
I'm currently learning. I'm in the process of learning how to be domesticated. Like, I haven't worked in 3 months. I'm still ordering food out.
Yeah. Because society told you not to do that stuff.
When, like, if I throw on some, like, merengue or some salsa, like, I'm in my kitchen and I'm, like, throwing ingredients in, like, I'm in my zone. But I haven't been able to nurture that part because I was forced to be a provider. Yes. That was the role that I needed to play.
You're awakening against the programming. And the programming for you, the lie that you've been told your whole life, and it's happening every single day to every woman that's out there, is the feminist lie. It's the feminist lie that says
I don't need a man.
You don't need a man. When how do you not need a? You don't need a man, but your children do.
They do.
They need to know. They need to know that masculine energy. Yes. And you do need a man.
I might not need it, but I want it. I want that yin and yang.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. You don't need a man.
Companionship.
Yes, you don't.
I want that person who's gonna tell me like, hey, like, no, like, you're wrong. Like, what are you doing? You know, no, like, and I have to be open to that too to receive it. Like, oh wait, I am wrong. Right, like, what am I doing? You know.
The same, like, just like that book that says, you know, men are what is it? Men are from Venus, men are from Mars.
Men are from Mars. Whatever. Yeah, women are from Venus, men are from Mars.
but we're both on the planet Earth. And it's like we both see things in a different perspective. Yes. And when you start bugging out, you need a man to see it in a different perspective, in the sense that says this is not a big deal. Because you know what? We have that stoic capability when there's a crisis to stay calm. And when you start freaking out, like baby, it's not that serious.
That's why I feel like a lot of times I feel like I'm the man in my relationships.
And you shouldn't be.
It's not cool. I don't need that shit, man. I don't want to make a decision. Don't ask me, what are we going to eat?
No.
Just say, we're going here. And I'll be like, okay.
You're deep down inside, you would like to be able to be catered to. Yes. Be like led and be like, hey, baby, we're going here. Yeah. You don't have nothing to worry about.
And like, I want to bring that, like, you know, like the opposite end of the spectrum. I want to bring like the intimacy and like the feminine energy and just like, you know, being a woman.
Right. And society has told you need to be jaded.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be on your toes.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be that masculine energy at all times when that's not your programming.
And if you look at like my relationship history and like how most of my relationships end, like I understand why I would want to be what society is telling me to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, be, you know, the provider. Don't rely on a man. But I still want to be able to.
Yeah.
I still want that.
And it's okay to rely on a man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know why. Just like a man will rely on a woman for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's certain things as a man that I can only get from a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's that yin and yang, like you said, like that feminine energy. Like there's something that is there. There's a reason why women like women.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's almost like that natural respect of that feminine energy.
Yeah.
There's a reason why a woman can look at another woman and be like, oh, okay, she got it going on.
Yeah.
It's like there's something there. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm naturally drawn to that.
Mm-hmm.
And to have society say, no, that's bad. Don't be feminine. Yeah. Be masculine. Like I'm not attracted to my buddy.
Yeah.
Like don't be my friend. Don't compete with me. Don't be my employee.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be my buddy. Don't be my friend, because none of that. I'm not attracted to any of that.
Right.
I'm attracted to that feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like bring that. At the end of the day, when I'm going through life, I'm jumping through hoops, and I'm coming home, caveman. Rah, rah. Mm-hmm. I need that soft touch and that that water. Like hey, you can unwind.
Yes.
And that only a woman
it's okay.
Can do that.
It's okay to like let that guard down.
Yes.
This is your safe space.
Yes.
This is your safe haven.
Yes.
Yes.
And women are told this lie that they need to be like a man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's what the feminist movement has become. It's like if you want to be equal to a man, you must be a man.
Yeah.
That's
bullshit.
Right.
I don't want to be a man.
We're not equal.
No.
We're not equal. We're yin and yang. You have your energy. I have my energy. Mm-hmm. And we complement each other.
Yes.
And it's like you need to find the person that complements you.
Yeah. You know what it is too? I feel like a lot of young people, because it's definitely like in the younger age, you're so desperate to be in a relationship that you're not paying attention to the quality of the relationship. The thirst is real out here. Like you're not enjoying yourself. You're not happy. But it's like, oh,
going through the motions. Like,
yes. What are
That's
you
the
doing?
whole hookup culture. That's the whole hookup culture that we're going through right now.
Like if we were to slow it down and like go back to like courting, I would even say, where like you have that time frame where you're getting to know the person first, you would find much better. You would find yourself in much better relationships than if you're just like, all right, this person gave me attention. Well, let me give them attention back. Let's see where it leads.
I got a 2-part question for you.
Okay.
Do you think we're going to get back to courting at any time soon?
No. Go ahead. Next question.
And if we did get back to courting,
okay,
which sex do you think would lead that?
I don't think we're gonna get back to a point where it's just like courting and like slow it the hell down and like just get to know somebody before you decide, hey, let's move in together, let's have kids together. I think that but who would start that?
I think the hookup culture, as far as Tinder and Bumble, it's gonna take off even more.
Yes.
I think that's gonna be the normality, where people are just rampant sex.
Yeah.
Right. And then I feel like men are going to pull back from relationships because of the legal ramifications as far as your divorce.
Marriage, divorce
court, child support court, all that.
That's such a headache.
And I feel like marriage is going to evolve to a term. Like you're going to sign a 5-year contract. And then you can decide if you want to re-up. And it's going to be a term.
That's crazy. That's like one way to look at it. Wow, I never thought about it like that.
I really do feel
I don't see that ever happening.
I see that happening because
that's a 5-year term. Yeah. Like, oh, what you want to sign up for the military? What you want to sign up for? 7 years or 5?
Yeah. I want an option. Can I have a 1-year option? Because I'm not sure. Remember that time when you went off on me because I didn't take out the trash?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I need a 1-year option.
What?
I feel like women are going to buy into that. Because the natural instinct of women wanting to find a better option, which is like in high... It's like this is like an optimum, like it's on full steam ahead right now. I feel like women are gonna start opting. It's gonna be a 5-year marriage, and they have the 1-year option to see if they can find something better.
That's ridiculous.
I really do feel like that's where
ridiculous.
we're leading to. We're leading to marriage being a term. It's not a lifetime thing anymore. Yeah. Because deep down inside, people still have that natural instinct to have children.
Yeah.
No matter how much the programming tells you don't, men want to have kids, women want to have kids.
Yeah.
How are you going to have kids? How are you going to have kids if,
I feel
if
like
society
all
is
we need
one-sided?
to do is like slow it down.
Yeah,
like don't be in such a rush to like get to the next step, the next stage. Like just
But even if you
enjoy
slow
today.
even if you slow it down,
the
law is still one-sided for one sex. Like the law is one-sided for women.
You're talking about like family court though.
In general, yeah. So even if you vet, even if you take some time, even if you slow the whole relationship down, vet it out to make sure that both parties are comfortable with it, right? A man and a woman are comfortable with the marriage moving forward. The second she has kids, right? The second he gets married and they have kids, she has all the power in that relationship. So now if she decides that it's not to her optimum, right? She doesn't have the nice house, the picket fence, right? She's not going on the vacation she wants to go. And she starts talking to Ted down the street, who makes more money.
Right.
She can now opt and leave. And take what she had in the previous marriage. I think things have to change.
All right, so in the sense that I say like slow things down, like I think that's kind of where we're heading also, because a lot of people are realizing how important self-care is. And I think if you take the time to like love yourself and find out what it is you like, what it is you don't like, you start setting boundaries, and boundaries lead to respect.
But do you really feel that society is actually searching for that right now? I think people are hurting in that sense.
I think people need that. I think that we're in an optimal time because people are realizing how important self-love is.
I don't think people are awoken like that. I think me and you are, but I don't think people are. I think that's the reason why people are jumping into these short-term relationships and finding these short-term gratifications, because they don't have that self-love. And I think that a lot of people walking out here, though they have their Instagram and they're fit and they look good, they're all weak in their self-esteem. Like they all have low self-esteem. I think that self-love, I think that's the message that we need to start promoting out there. Go against the programming and say start loving yourself. Okay, I understand you're strong, you're fierce, you could be anything, you could do anything a man can do, but don't compete with a man, compete with yourself.
Yes.
Love yourself.
Yes, I agree.
Roar as a woman. Do what you have to do as a woman. Be feminine. Be the optimum feminine that you can be.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, ladies, men will gravitate to you more if you bring that feminine energy. You're not challenging me every single chance you get, right? You're not testing me. You're not trying to compete with me, but you're just being feminine. Natural feminine energy, I guarantee you're going to have a lot more options. And I guarantee that men are going to stick around more than just a booty call.
You see, but that goes back to like the self-love. Because if you're loving yourself and you're on like this high vibe and like you have your boundaries, just because somebody is showing like interest in you, they like desire you, they're not an option for you because they don't have, X, Y, and Z. Right. Like if we set our standards higher, we'll have higher level relationships.
I understand that. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
But the first relationship you need to have is with yourself.
Yes.
Like you need to have
Absolutely.
a strong bond. You need to date yourself. You need to love yourself. And you need to embrace being alone.
Yeah.
Like that terrifies people. Being alone is like up there with public speaking. Like people are terrified of being alone. And that's where they make stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
That's where their picker's broken. That's where they end up with people who appreciate them because they don't appreciate themselves. And the one who has the less interest in the relationship is the one who holds all the power. Because they don't care. So who's going to care? Who's going to love you for all your flaws, for all your mistakes? At the end of the day, it's you.
Yourself. Yeah.
You got to look in the mirror. So if you don't like the relationship you're in, get out, leave. Love yourself. Like stop sleeping around. Value yourself.
I don't like the fact that like Tinder and all this is about like the hookup. I feel that it's not optional. It's like that's what men want. And if you're like in a relationship with a man, you should be having sex with that man, which is absolutely ridiculous.
The stigma. That's not true.
Well, no.
Actually,
So listen. So like this is the stigma, right? That like sex is for men. I feel that sex is supposed to be for both parties involved.
yes. And the lie that you just said.
And no, I have a little more. And I feel that as a woman, if you're attracted to a man in that way, you're gonna initiate sex. But you have to allow that build up.
So
like stop hooking up with random people. Allow that build up. Get to know the person. Find out if they have what it is that you're attracted to.
well, let me break down your lies.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's not because you're lying to me. It's
Right.
because this is what the programming is.
Okay.
So, one, I feel like women enjoy sex more than men do. And the sexual liberation, they're enjoying it. And women are manipulating sex because they know that's what men want. So, that's where you have women who are getting the dinners, right? They got the guy, they don't even have the guy's name. They have him as free dinner.
Yeah.
Right? They're manipulating men for vacations. They're manipulating men for objects.
Okay.
You know, because men are giving their attention and their money to women in the hope for sex. Because when it comes to sex, the keys are, you know, women drive that. Women have that.
Right.
They're the gatekeepers of that, you know? And men are the gatekeeper of commitment and relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So if men walked around with an abundance mentality and saying, you know what, we're going to meet up for drinks. We're going to talk. And if I'm not vibing with you, I'm just going to walk out. Because I know that I can find another girl down the street. Or, better yet, I don't even have to go down the street. There's 5 other girls in this bar.
Yeah.
Like, guarantee, if a man's talking to a girl and a girl's disrespecting him, and he walks over and starts talking to another girl, she's going to instantly be like, whoa, what's going on? Hold up. And then she's going to find that guy attractive because he had the balls to walk and talk to another woman. So it's this whole, like, you're saying that women are obligated to have sex. Women want to have sex.
No, this is not true. This is not true at all. From a woman's perspective,
you hate sex.
I do not hate sex.
Sex is so horrible.
I do not hate sex. Sex with the right person is amazing. But sex becomes an obligation when you're in the wrong relationship.
Not true.
Very true.
No.
Very true.
If you feel obligated to have sex with somebody while you're in the wrong relationship, it's because that guy has something over you. As in, you're in his frame, right? You're in his space, and you're not in your space. So whatever there is. So if this guy's an asshole,
okay,
right? He's an asshole.
He's an asshole.
But you're having sex with him. But you're the gatekeeper of sex.
Right.
It's because you don't have enough confidence in you to walk away.
But that's what I'm saying.
So there's nothing with the guy. The guy's just a dick. Why are you giving it up?
No, it's not about the guy. Like, I'm not saying like guys are like forcing women out here to have sex. I'm saying that women aren't paying attention enough to what they want in the relationship, setting boundaries enough to find the man that they want in their life.
Yes.
That they're ending up in relationships where sex becomes an obligation.
Because sadly enough...
Because you're in a relationship. That's what you do.
Sadly enough, ladies, you're not bringing much to the table. In these relationships, you're not bringing much to the table. The only thing ladies out here have to offer is sex. That's the only thing they stand by. And I guarantee you ask a woman out here, I wish we had lines. I wish we had callers. Because if you challenge a woman and be like, all right, this guy works out. He has a job. He's the shit. What are you bringing? How are you keeping his attention? What are you competing with the next girl? What are you bringing to the table?
Personality?
Yeah, personality. That wants to challenge me? That wants to, when I come home from a long day of work, challenging myself with my competition, which is my coworkers, I come home to you and you want to challenge me? No, thank you. I come home to myself. Like, what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah, but...
What are you bringing to the table?
Neither party loves themselves enough to recognize that.
9 times out of 10, most women will say, I'm bringing sex to the table. That's it. That's when every argument breaks down. It breaks down to sex. Because women, that's what they have.
Like,
that's their power.
Shit. That's bullshit.
What? That women are bringing sex to the table?
Yes. That's not what you bring to the table. That sucks.
All right. So Let me tell you how jacked up. Let me tell you how jacked
with
up.
that mentality, that means that sex is not optional. It's an obligation. That's exactly what I'm saying.
For who though? An obligation
for the
to who?
man. It's like, oh, like it's an expectation. Like
it's not an expectation. A man, all right. A woman knows what she wants. A man knows what he wants, right? So a woman wants somebody who can provide for them, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're not going by the whole lie of the whole feminist propaganda saying that you're strong and fierce and you can work a job, mm-hmm. right? What do you want? You want a man who can take care of you, right?
Right.
Who can provide for you and your potential kids, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So then what is a man looking for in a woman?
Somebody who's going to support them and share life with them.
In what sense?
What do you mean? Everybody wants a companion. Everybody wants somebody to share life with.
No, I'm completely okay. I'm completely okay with being alone. It's less cost. I'm providing for myself. I'm cooking for myself. I'm great by myself. I'm not jaded.
You don't count.
I'm not jaded. If I'm supposed to bring my resources to the table, what are you bringing to the table?
But that's the thing. Like, you're making it seem as though men out here are bringing those qualities. Men out here are not.
They are. And
they are not.
Men are bringing...
Listen. ¿Qué have to do?
They're free dinner on a phone. They don't even have your name on the phone.
Listen,
fellas,
Linda.
If you're dating these ladies, you're doing it wrong.
Listen, Linda.
They will give you a lot more for a lot less.
You made me lose my whole trail of
thought right
now.
Go ahead, Karen. Go ahead, Karen. Bring it back, Karen. What do you got? You know what a man wants? I want to know that if I'm going to have children with you, mm-hmm. right? One, I want to know I can have kids with you. Mm-hmm. And I want to know that you're going to take care of my children.
Okay.
That's what women need to start bringing to the table.
Oh, I found my thought again. All right. So as a woman, mm-hmm. I cannot pull back and start, like taking care of things. Like I can't take care of my household if I don't know my bills are being paid.
Right.
If I have to be out there working as hard as you, like...
But you don't.
Then there isn't that yin and yang.
But you don't. Because if I'm your option, I'm that guy who has a 6-figure salary. Mm-hmm. I got the house. Mm-hmm. I got the job. Mm-hmm. And I look good on top of that. I'm not a slouch. Like, I'm working out. I'm taking care of myself. I am a catch.
Okay, you are.
Sounds like I'm the guy you want. What are you going to bring to the table? You know what you bring to the table?
But if that's what it is, then I take care of the household.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
It's not just about the sex. Because though most men want sex, mm-hmm. they want somebody who's going to ride or die.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So if I'm out there in the stress, in the thick of it, mm-hmm. and ladies, the workforce, it's not easy now. Right. You guys fought for it. You got it. The workforce sucks.
It does. Absolutely.
9 to 5 sucks.
You can have that shit back right now.
All right. So we're going to take it back. What? Right? What are you guys going to take back? Are you going to be domesticated? You said it. You got to learn to be domesticated.
I am learning how to be domesticated. But
right, because you're a single mother. You're a single mother, and you got to do it anyway.
Yes.
So everything that ladies said we don't want to do, you got to do it anyway.
Yes.
I don't need no man. I'm going to work a 9 to 5, and I'm going to still do the domesticated shit. How ass backwards is that?
It's really backwards. And that's where I was at. I was like, I don't want to do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Because I realized that because I was putting all my focus, all my energy into providing, mm-hmm. I was letting go of my household.
Yeah.
I wasn't raising my kids.
Because you were doing a 9 to 5 and you were tired.
Yes.
So you pushed out the man out of your household because you were told to lie. You don't
push
need
the man out of my house. The man wasn't providing.
That is true.
Shit. Let's go back through it. I have never had a man pay every one of my bills. Period.
But you chose though.
I know, because I didn't love myself enough to screen them better.
Was it that, or was it that society never told you to screen them better?
Society never told me to screen them better. Let's blame it on society right now.
Yo, back in the day, seriously though, but back in the day in schools, mm-hmm. right, they had home ed.
Yeah.
They don't do that no more. No, they don't teach people how to cook no more.
They don't. Oh, no, they do. 6th grade. Home ed.
You had home ed?
I did. Get this. My teacher's name was Mrs. Sink.
You don't think
love that shit.
You don't think that if schools taught you, mm-hmm. and I'm gonna have. I can already feel the heat.
Ooh,
I can feel the heat.
The eyes blaring.
You don't think that if schools taught you how to be a lady, mm-hmm. right? Taught you the values of being feminine, mm-hmm. right? How to maintain a household and what to find in a man. Mm-hmm. You don't think you would have made better judgment with who you had children with?
Hands down, I would have.
I know.
I would have.
I know. That's why I threw it out there.
Mm-hmm. No, you're absolutely right.
You would have found a provider.
Yes.
because that's your natural instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Like your natural instinct as a human being, as an animal, because we are animals on a planet, spinning in space, right? Our cousins are monkeys, right?
Yep.
Your natural instinct is to have babies, but also have babies with somebody who can provide.
Yes.
That's why you find that strong, chisel guy attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know he can fight a gorilla.
Yes.
If he needs to, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You don't find the fat dude attractive. You don't find the scrawny dude attractive.
Right.
Because that's not, you don't want to make babies.
That's not survival of the fittest.
No, it's not. So, if they would have taught you modern day provider, find a guy who has a job.
Right.
Hold out for a guy who has, an income, who can provide for you and your kids. You didn't mess up by having kids at 18. That's your prime.
Right.
There's a reason why you had kids at 18.
Right.
That's when you're optimal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You messed up by not having a provider.
Right.
So if you would have been...
That's what I've been saying all along.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be a man. I never wanted the 9 to 5. I never wanted, I don't have to prove shit to nobody.
Right.
But I'm doing it, and that's been the focus of my life because that's the path that I chose.
So I guarantee...
That's where my path took me.
I guarantee that so you're doing your side channel.
Right.
Go ahead and advertise it right now. This is a perfect time.
All right. Pollen. Pollynne.
And where can they find you?
They can find me on YouTube at Pollen.
Mm-hmm.
They can find me on Rizzle at Pollen.
Uh-huh.
You can follow me on Pinterest at Pollen. I'm everywhere.
And IG
at Pollen Daily.
You gotta start tweeting.
Tweeting the twat.
Tweeting the twat. You gotta start tweets.
I mean, you'll catch me on Reddit before you catch me on Twitter.
Oh, okay. She's gonna put those posts on Reddit.
Yep. Let's start a discussion.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Get some likes on Reddit. No, was it Karma? Was it Karma? The little stars to get you up and trending? I think it's Karma on Reddit.
Credit Karma?
Credit Karma.
Credit score?
Yeah. What's your credit score? Are you decent right now?
You
got a decent score? You got good credit?
Yeah.
Well, he jacked up your credit. Damn! He got you pregnant and jacked up your credit?
Oh my God.
You're making all kinds of bad decisions out here. But I did them too. Because society didn't teach us the right way.